You know, did you guys ever ask yourself before these questions just to kind of set the tone and set that kind of standard for your life? Like, what's important to you that is in your life? What is important to you that's not even in your life yet? Because these are the questions that must be asked. And this is what we must stay focused on at all times. Because losing sight of what's important is the death of you. It is the death of me. It is the death of you. It is the death of all of us if we lose sight of what's important. So it's something we cannot let happen. We have to keep our minds in the right place and focused in order to get the life we want to live. And things take time. Things take time to build. You're going to live, as I have, many crazy years before you get the life that you want to live. And that's just the way it goes. If you guys look back in your life right now, what was it back then? I bet a lot of crazy shit happened. There's highs and there's lows, and there's good and there's bad. And even during the hard times, we can make a conscious choice to choose to stay focused so we can come out on top. And that is what's important, because that is the only thing that's going to satisfy you in this life that we live, because a life without purpose is meaningless. You're just here to be here. You're just surviving to survive. There's no bigger goals. There's no, that doesn't even exist, because you're just living to survive. So we must stay focused so that doesn't happen, so we can thrive in the life that we live, in the life that we're going to create. It's about thriving. Some of you right now are not where you want to be, and I get many messages from you guys all the time. I do many calls all the time, and it's tough pickings out there, bro. Like, nothing that has value is going to come easy. And this goes for everything. This goes for the things that you're going to do in your life. This goes for big amounts of money you could potentially earn. Like, it's not going to come easy. The woman you want, the man you want, it's not going to come easy. But the more you commit yourself, the harder you worked, the more you focus on yourself, the easier those things will come. And it's because you did what it took. You stayed focused. You got better. So when you get better, you get a better result. If you stay the same person you are right now, it is impossible to get a different result. Because who you are right now is the results you currently have in your life right now. That's exactly what must change in order to get a different result. You have to learn new things. You have to get up and work. And you have to stay focused through all of it. You have to go through some adversity. There's going to be times where you're working and it's going to get tough. There's times you're going to be in the gym putting on muscle. It could get tough if you've never put on muscle before, because you're breaking your muscles down and you don't know what to expect. You don't know what recovery is like. You don't know much because you've never done it before. It's always the hardest when you do something for the first time, but that is what we all must go through and grow through in order to become the people we are today. And this is what's important about life. This is probably the most important thing about life. Because without this mentality, you're not going to have anything. You're not going to get the girl. And if you're a chick, you're not going to get that guy you want. If you don't do the work, you're not going to get the career you want. If you don't do the work, you're not going to get the business you want. If you don't do the work, you're not going to be able to drive the car you want. You're not going to be able to live where you want. You're not going to essentially have anything that you want because you didn't focus in the way that you should have, like at all. And it's going to kill your gains. It's going to kill your progress. If you want to get extremely fit or even just fit, you won't if you don't focus. But if you focus on it and you put the time in, you will. That's all it comes down to. So basically, this video in a nutshell is to let you guys know that we have to be focused at all times to get the results we want, and we have to stay in it. Our heads have to be in it. It's going to take some isolation. It's going to take a lot of focus, like a lot. It's going to take adversity. There's going to be things that ain't perfect. There's going to be so many things. And we have to battle through the tough times. We have to battle through the pain. Nobody has it that fucking easy, bro. Like it's tough for everybody out here. It was tough for me. There's still challenges to this day in ways, and nothing worthwhile is going to be easy. So, you know, even in relationships, bro, everyone's breaking up today. Like, it seems like everybody is breaking up today. And it's because people got so weak today. The littlest stuff just bends everybody in half. People can't work through stuff. People date for 3 months and they're done. People date for a month and they're done. Like, you see it all over the place. You see celebrities ending. You see it all over the place. But the relationships that last, both parties wanted to do the work. They focus on it so they can make it happen. And nothing's going to be perfect. So this goes back to the first question I asked in this video. What's important to you? Write it down. If you have to write it down, write it down. What is actually important to you? Some people will give such a vague statement and say, well, my dog's important to me, this is important to me, and that's important to me, and that's about it. I guarantee you, there is more things that's important to you. You just don't believe you can get those things. I guarantee it. So don't lie to yourself, guys. Don't lie to yourself. You have to put it all out there. What's important to you? You got to put it all out there, and you have to do whatever it takes to make what's important to you be a part of your life. That is what life is. There's things that's important to me, and I'll give you guys a few examples. Everything to do with my work is important to me. My health is important to me. My health and my fitness, everything to do with health is important to me. Well-being is important to me. Relationships, family, the people you have in your life, important. So those are a few examples. Constantly improving, being better every single year of my life is important to me, which means progression. These are about a handful of things that's important to me, so you guys got to put it all out there and have that level of an understanding of what's important to you, and you have to have success with all the things that's important to you. Some of you, traveling is important. You plan to see the world. You plan to see different places. Getting wealthy is important to some of you. Getting fit is important to some of you. Your family's important to you. Whatever it might be. You got to put what's most important at the forefront of your life so your life can flourish, because that's how your life will flourish. Your life will fail if you don't. Everything will be all discombobulated if you don't. You will probably get into alcohol. You'll probably get into drugs. You'll probably get into stuff you don't want to do. Some of you are addicted to certain stuff that's not good for you, and that's important to you. Just to keep you going, but it's actually not. It's the fact that you have your fears. You probably have failed. So you're making things important to you that's not actually even important to you. You're just doing it because the things that's important to you is so far out of reach. So you're lying to yourself. And you're coping. That is not good. That is one way to never get the things you want. So if you guys want to take that route, that is up to yourselves, but I'm going to tell you guys full well, life is worth fighting for. Hard times is a real thing. Everybody has to go through them. It doesn't define you. Where you're currently at does not define you. But this is why we, us, you, I must stay focused at all times. So we can get the things of life that we really want, because that is what's important. That's what's going to fulfill us. That's what's going to complete us. And yeah. Life is short. It's long, but it's short. It's a weird thing. So we have one life. Why experience the same year every year? People get caught up into substance abuse and all that kind of stuff because they're just coping. They're coping with what they don't have. It bothers them so much. They're not willing to do they're not willing to do the work or do what it takes to get what they want. So they cope. You're going to waste your whole life being somebody that you're not. When you could have used all those years to put in the work and commit, you chose not to ease the pain. Go through that pain and go through it quick, go through it often, and go through it early. Because you will come out on top. You will live the life you're supposed to be living with the people you're supposed to live it with. And it's going to take work. It's going to take work from the people that is in your life. That's how hard it is for things to line up. But if you get the right people, they will do it. You will do it. And life is going to be what it's supposed to be. Like, bro, when I look back, I still can't believe this world is what it is today. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe how many people have given up on themselves. I still can't believe the opportunities some people had right in front of them and they just couldn't do it. Like, it's literally incredibly amazing how some people have opportunities right in front of them. Some people have the golden ticket and they still fumble the bag. Some people, bro, do not have those opportunities and they find a way to win. Some people have those opportunities, they find a way to pick it up because that is their destiny, is just to pick it up. And when I look back, it's hard to wrap my mind around how many people just chose to lose. To be that selfish, to go down the losing path. Like, there's many women who had all the chances on earth to get the perfect guy. There's many guys who had chances to capitalize on certain things and they didn't. It's just like, bro, I don't know how people cannot make the right choices and decisions to live the best life. All that little stuff you do, that little for fun type stuff, it's not worth it. The bigger picture is what's worth it. Doing what it takes to get the life you actually want is what is worth it every day of the fucking week. If you have to go through 5 years of hell to do it, it is worth it. But that is what so many people don't understand. Back in the day, people used to work so much harder and they got better results. Today, people don't want to work. Young kids don't want to work. Nobody wants to work. Nobody wants to actually get out there and do what it takes and go through adversity to build a solid life and a solid foundation. That is what we're lacking. This is why I'm making this video, is because we must stay focused. We must do what nobody else is willing to do. That's what I've been doing. Therefore, I'm going to get a result almost nobody else can get from doing what nobody else is willing to do. That's what we must do. And have a list of things that's important to us. Understand the assignment. Understand what must be done to pull everything together so everything that you're supposed to have will be in your life. It's going to take a hell of an effort, but it is worth it to do the work to make those things happen. Doing the work, bro, you're not going to die. But you might die early if you don't. I've seen a lot of people fall off. I've seen a lot of people with potential completely mess up their life, and that was their choice. They had a choice, and they chose to do that. They chose to be weak. They chose to do drugs. They chose to drink. They chose to just ruin themselves, and I'll never understand it. I don't know how people could live day after day just doing that, understanding that every day you live is another day you don't have. Every day you live, you're like, we all don't know when our time is going to come, but our time is going to come someday. The human beings that we are will pass on. We will pass away one day. Could you imagine knowing the number of days you have left? And I'm going to tell you guys something. Every day that goes by, we have one less day, one less day, one less day, one less day, one less day. We all have a number of days left. We don't know when. We could have thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands left. We could have a couple hundred left. We could have less than that. We don't know. So taking that for granted is kind of silly to me. Like, why experience nothing? Why would anyone not fight to experience the best things that this world has to offer? The best relationships, the best friendships, the best relations with family, things that are important to you, traveling, things that you can do, that you can have experiences in this life that a lot of people can't, because a lot of people just give up. So guys, it's what's important to you is what you need to make happen. It's what I need to make happen. It's what I've been making happen, and you guys have to do the exact same thing. We must stay focused. But anyways, guys, that is the end of this video. I'll be back with the next. God willing, God bless. We'll see y'all at the top.